Imagine a cryptocurrency that started as a joke. It doesn't have a 100-page white paper, there are no serious investors, and there is no ambition to change the world of finance. Its logo features a dog with a cheeky look that can't speak but somehow expresses complete disdain for seriousness. And this coin was supposed to die 3 months after launch. Instead, it skyrocketed by 50,000%. It has gathered a billion-dollar community, received the support from the richest men in the world, and now even after the collapse, it is still among the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Its name is Dogecoin. The story is about how the internet made a joke and then the joke got out of control. December of 2013, the crypto world is going crazy. Bitcoin is already worth more than $600 and dozens of altcoins are appearing, and each new coin promises to be a Bitcoin killer. Everyone has serious white papers, technology, and ideologies. Everyone wants to change the world and everyone speaks with the faces of oracles. Bill Marcus is sitting in his office at IBM, and he is an engineer who works in corporate security system. And at the same time, he studies Bitcoin, but more with irony than with faith. In Australia, at that time, Jackson Palmer, a programmer at Adobe, was looking at the same crypto wallet and thinking, this is all some kind of nonsense, right? They don't know each other yet, but their thoughts are the same. The crypto industry has become too serious, too pompous, and too greedy, and we need to make fun of this. But how can you make fun of seriousness? It's very simple. You need to create a coin that is absolutely absurd. Palmer makes his move first, and he registers the domain dogecoin.com and publishes a manifesto. There is no complicated economy there, there are no technical details, but there is a Shiba Inu dog named Kabosu, the face of Doge meme, and the text is broken English. Much currency, very crypto. Wow. The internet is laughing and it's beautiful. Marcus sees the website and writes to Palmer, I can make a code for that. And Palmer replies, really? Let's go. So Marcus takes a Lucky coin, a fork of a Litecoin that was itself a fork of Bitcoin, and rewrites several parameters in just a few hours. And that's it. The creation of the coin took less time than a lunch break. Unlike Bitcoin, Dogecoin did not have a limit of 21 million coins. Marcus has delivered an endless supply of 5 billion new coins every year. What for? To make fun of Bitcoin fans who shout, "Oh, scarcity is sacred." A joke. It was all just a joke. Dogecoin has been launched. The website is with a dog, the code is random, there is no economy, but an incredible thing happened here. In 2 weeks, the coin has grown 300 times. 300 times! Imagine that! This was pure absurdity. Why? Because people are tired of being serious. From complex charts, from white books that no one reads, Doge was understandable. It was funny and it didn't require you to believe in some grandiose idea. You could just participate in a joke, you know? The community formed instantly, and it wasn't tokenomics or strategy. It was just a chat where people threw Doge at each other for just good jokes, for help, or I don't know, for no reason. A Reddit forum was created, and in the best days there were 500,000 of people there, and they didn't discuss charts or anything. They were discussing who to send the coin just to make them happy. Marcus and Palmer looked at it and couldn't believe their eyes. Their joke was no longer just a joke. It got a life of its own, and then something happened that turned Dogecoin from an internet meme into a legend. The community started doing good deeds. Episode 1. The year is 2014. The Jamaican bobsleigh team qualified for the Olympic Games in Sochi. There is only one problem. They don't have money for tickets and equipment. And the story is, of course, touching a country with a tropical climate, a team that no one took seriously, a miracle selection. The Doge Reddit community says, let's raise some money, and they raised $50,000 in just a few days, in a cryptocurrency that cost pennies because thousands of people transferred a few cents each, and together we get the sum. The team is flying to the Olympics, the world media are writing, and for the first time, Dogecoin is becoming known not as a meme, but as a force. Episode 2, same year of 2014, Kenya needs a well with clean water. The community collects $30,000 and the well is being built. People in African village drink water that was paid for by the owners of an online coin with a dog. It's impossible to describe it in a business plan, it's just human kindness glued together by a meme. Episode 3, the crazy craziest one. The community decides to sponsor a NASCAR driver, Josh Wise. The goal is to put a car with the Dogecoin logo and drive a real race on it. So they are raising $55,000. The car is painted and Joshua finishes in top 20. And of course the crowd is going crazy. Just imagine that, a 200 miles per hour race. Sponsors include traditional brands, oil companies, and manufacturers of spare parts. And in the middle of all of this is a car with a dog that looks at the camera and mentally says, wow. It was the moment when the internet defeated reality. And then silence. 2015, 16, 17, 18, 4 years. The price is falling, inflation works, 5 billion new coins appear every year, and if you keep Doge, its purchase power drops. Investors are leaving, Marcus and Palmer left too, and Marcus sells everything at the peak of the fall. The company is closing the website, and the end of the story. But in 2021, everything turned upside down. The year is 2020, pandemic. The whole world is locked up at home, governments are printing trillions of dollars, people receive incentive checks, sometimes $1,200 per person, and where to spend it? The restaurants are closed, the travel is impossible. One thing remains, the internet, stocks and cryptocurrency. And that's where GameStop happens. The story is when the retail investors from the Wall Street Bets Reddit forum pumped GameStop shares from $20 to $480, and they beat the huge funds that were playing short. Millions of people have seen that we, ordinary people, can unite and win big money. And it was fuel, emotion, confidence. GameStop gave the feeling that anything is possible, that you can take a joke, gather a community, and disperse the prize just by the power of faith. But GameStop was a share and Dogecoin is a meme. What happens if you apply the same logic to a meme? And so then he appears. Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, the owner of Tesla, a rocket builder, and as it turns out, a fan of Dogecoin, or as the haters would say later, of a main manipulator of the coin. It all started as an irony. Musk tweeted about Doge back in 2019 and he was just joking, teasing. But in 2021, his tweets got serious. Doge is the people's crypto, he writes. Bitcoin is for the rich, Doge is for everyone. Each of Elon's tweets increased the price by 20, 30, and sometimes 50%. He writes a Doge, the price is flying up. He writes a poem about a dog and the price is flying. He writes, much currency, very crypto, the price is flying. Thousands of people entered the market just because Elon said something. The Robinhood exchange made Dogecoin available in just 2 clicks. No need to understand gas as well as in private keys. You just register, enter the amount, and buy. Millions of people who had never heard of blockchain suddenly became crypto investors. The mechanics of madness. The man is sitting at home, there is $1,400 incentive check in the account, and he sees that GameStop has grown by 2,000%, and he sees that his friend bought Doge in January for $0.004, and now he has 20,000, and of course, he logs into Robinhood and enters his $1,400 and buys it. And there is no money, there is only hope now. Obviously, the price of Dogecoin increased with each such entry. January of 2021, $0.004, February 0.05, March 0.08, April 0.30, and May 0.73. The peak, the growth is almost 200 times. A person who bought a $1,000 worth of Dogecoin in January would have had $182,000 in May. For the first time in history, a joke has become more than reality. Dogecoin overtook Ford, and Goldman Sachs was after it. The total capitalization reached $90 billion, and it was money, real money for the meme. And then came May 8th of 2021. A show Saturday Night Live, Musk is in the role of financial expert. The hosts bombard him with questions over and over again. What exactly is this Dogecoin of yours? And Musk gives out like pretentious links. This is the future of cryptocurrency, an unstoppable tool that will conquer the world. But the hosts continue the interrogation, trying to figure out what the tangible value of the meme coin is, until comedian Michael Che bluntly states, "Oh, so it's just a hustle, a murky scheme for profit," and Musk laughs and goes on the air, "Well, yeah, it's a hustle." And he said this in front of millions of viewers at the very second when thousands of retail investors froze at the screens. One careless word in a humorous sketch worked like a detonator. The chart instantly flew into the abyss. The price collapsed by 30% in just 1 minute. 30%, imagine that. $23 billion of market capitalization has evaporated. People who bought a Doge at 0.70 and above instantly found themselves in the red. Elon Musk, the man who made Doge, killed it in just 1 second. I mean, of course, you can say that he was just joking, it was a show, but try to explain this to the person who invested all his savings in Dogecoin, took a loan, and bought at the peak. For him, this hedge fund forced the streets, suddenly turned into a financial ruin, and the culprit is the very national hero. After SNL, a slow, painful fall began. May of 2021, 0.73, summer, fall to 0.15. Growth again thanks to Musk tweets, up to 0.35, and then again a fall. And then 2022, the collapse of crypto exchanges, Luna $40 billion in 3 days, FTX total collapse, the arrest of Sam Bankman-Fried, Bitcoin drops from 69 to 16,000, and Doge goes from 0.7 to 0.05, the loss is more than 19% of the peak. And of course, as always, let's add a little claim in the mix. A group of investors is suing Musk. They are demanding $258 billion for manipulating the price of Dogecoin. The lawsuit says Musk used his influence to artificially inflate the price and then sold at the peak, leaving investors with losses. The courts have not yet found him guilty, and Musk claims that this is absurd. But the reputation is tarnished, and many former fans now look at him not as a satirist, but as a puppeteer who pulled the strings and watched their savings dance. So what remains of Dogecoin today? The price is about $0.06 to $0.08 far from the peak of 0.73. Even further from the winter of 2015 when the price was 0.0002. But the coin is alive, it is still in the top 10 by capitalization, above many technology projects with thousands of developers. Let's talk about who's holding the Doge today. There are 3 types of people. The first is those who bought a long time ago cheaply and they simply don't care because they are in the black or green at any price. The second one is those who bought on highs and they are sitting in the minus 70 to 80% and they're waiting for the miracle. And the third is believers who do not sell because this is a national/people's coin and it will return. Bill Marcus and Jackson Palmer, the creators, they are long gone. They look at what their joke has become and they are just horrified. The coin's creator, Jackson Palmer, would later actually permanently disown his brainchild. He will also publicly state that he created Dogecoin as a satire on a speculative bubble, but in the end the project itself turned into a hyper-capitalistic monster, pumping money out of ordinary people. Palmer admitted that he sincerely despises the modern crypto industry and will never return to it ever again. Now Marcus is more ironic, but he's skeptical about the madness surrounding the coin, and in his social media networks he regularly repeats that Dogecoin was created for the sake of having fun and was never conceived as a serious financial project. In his opinion, the transformation of a stupid joke into a cult with billions of bets looks absurd. The coin itself today is based not on technological breakthroughs but solely on meme power and another tweet from Elon Musk. Tough, but I mean honest. What can bring Doge back to life? One hope is that Elon Musk will integrate it into X payments. He's already tried it and he changed the temporary X logo to Doge, and the price of course jumped by 30%, but then he removed it and the price dropped. There are rumors that X will get a money transfer license and Doge will become one of the payment methods. If this happens, then there will be a new wave. If not, attenuation. The paradox paradox of Dogecoin is that it turned out to be more stable than serious projects. Thousands of Bitcoin killers with perfect white papers have died and are forgotten. But the meme lives on, not because the technology is good, but because people love stories. They love talks, and of course, they love to feel that they are a part of a movement. This experiment is a perfect mirror of human psychology. We are willing to invest in something that makes us smile, and we are willing to take risks to keep up with the topic. But we are not buying an asset, we are buying a narrative. The story of how a poor engineer got rich on a joke and then lost everything is stronger for us than tables and numbers. In 2021, Dogecoin taught the world three things. First, community is more important than technology because you can have a bad code, but if you have a million people behind you, you are worth something. Second, one person with Twitter can create and destroy billions. And third, most people do not understand what they are buying, and they do not want to or try to understand. Dogecoin is not a cryptocurrency, it's a cultural phenomenon. And this is the first time that an online joke has started to cost money, real money. When Meme left the chat and bought a NASCAR car, when a dog looks at you from the logo and asks, "Did you seriously invest your salary into a coin with my face on it?" Wow. What have we learned from this story? Maybe that you can't invest your last money in something that started as a joke, or maybe the fact that a rich person is not necessarily your friend even if he tweets about the coin that you're using, or maybe that if market has grown 200 times, it's time to sell. But most likely we haven't learned anything, because in a couple of years a new meme will appear, a new dog, new Elon Musk, and a new person who will say, "This time this is serious," and everything will happen again and repeat itself. Because of hope of easy money is stronger than any history lesson. The creators of Dogecoin are gone. They said, "We don't want to have anything to do with this circus." Investors who bought at the peak are still waiting. The holders pray for every tweet from Elon Musk, and the coin lives its own strange life. Nobody needs it, everyone loves it. Forever funny and forever sad. And this is the greatness and tragedy of Dogecoin. It ridiculed the greed of the crypto world and became its symbol itself. It started as a joke about a bubble and turned into a bubble itself, and of course it wanted to show that seriousness was ridiculous, and it died of its own seriousness when billions were at stake. Bill Marcus's philosophy can be described in one thought. He created Dogecoin because people took cryptocurrencies too seriously, and now they are seriously buying Dogecoin. And he himself does not know whether to, laugh or cry. And that's, my friends, the whole Doge.